Hey, what's happening? It's Bill Smith. I want to talk about, I guess, the world, I want to get back to things that matter here. So, this is where we live, this is our country. And these are two countries of people who are trying to get into our country. Actually, all these other countries are. The whole world, all the way down to New Zealand, China, Japan, Kazakhstan. Everybody is trying to get into this one country right here because it's the best. And you know it's the best because there's tons of people trying to get into it. So never forget that. All right. I've been interested in South America because this is where like all the ancient megalithic stuff is at. It's like right in this area. And I think this is the first civilizations that were set up on the planet. It all kind of went downhill from there. Okay, what's some more stuff? Let's talk about this country right here. Oh, also, before I get into it. Us over here, these people over here, flew all the way over here, boom, to stop one person, or the Nazis or whatever, from taking over this entire area. And then maybe even the world, But we would be fine, we'd always be fine. Never forget that, okay? Look how insulated we are. No one can mess with us. We rock. We're awesome. There's nothing, let me make that clear. There's no way to mess with us. We could do whatever we wanted to on our own. We don't even need to trade with other people. We can make everything ourselves. There's nothing that anyone else in the world can do for us that we can't do ourselves. That's the truth of it. The only thing that we might not be able to do is like some rare earth metal stuff that just comes out of certain areas of Africa. So limited trade, That's what I'm up for. I think we should be more self-sufficient. And I think that's the name of the game. So we need factories, we need, quote-unquote, shovel-ready jobs for people. All right, so you see how high Sweden, Finland, and Norway is? This is why it's important that Sweden imported all the minorities. This is where the Muslims have taken over the core area up there in Scandinavia. That was the reason for that. Let me make that clear. So they gave them a huge chunk up here from the top. So they're starting from the top and going down. You get it? While they're coming up from the bottom. You see that? Okay. Now, Italy has got a huge problem, right? They're going to try to kick out 500,000 African migrants who are all from down here. And Libya, this is who Clinton is like laughing about, saying, we came, we saw, he died, right? Some harsh stuff. This guy was doing good for his country too. Muammar Gaddafi, he was a good leader. And he was in charge of the port city Tripoli, if you know where that's at. Algeria is a mess. Algerians suck. Moroccans are just a little bit better than them. I'm just being honest here. Sudanese, Chad, Niger. You know what I mean? Like, you get down here and this is not a safe place to be. Uganda, Ethiopia. These are not safe places to be in the world. And you got to ask yourself, why are they not safe? Okay? Why are they not safe? Why is France safer? Why is Germany safer? There's a reason, okay? It's got nothing to do with technology. It's got nothing to do with quote-unquote culture or infrastructure. None of that. Now you get down here to South Africa, you better... this is what happens whenever... apartheid was supposed to be a good thing. Think about that. Remember apartheid? Nelson Mandela? He's a hero. Nobel Peace Prize. Now look at his country. It's in shambles. They don't have enough water for anybody. All their infrastructure is crumbling. Attacks on farmers. People trying to grow food, can't even grow food. That's happening in South Africa. There wasn't even anybody living down here when the Dutch people showed up. There was only like 2,000 Dutch and they were able to go round up 2,000 people from these outer areas and bring them down here to do it. So 2,000 Dutch got together 2,000 South Africans from up here who were scattered. I mean, that's 2,000. Look how big is a continent. So they found 2,000 people scattered, I think from up here somewhere. I don't know the specifics about it. But they brought them down here and started a civilization and a culture. That's what happened. There was no one living down here in South Africa. So I don't know when people say, hey, you got to give us this land back because, you colonized it and we were here first. There was 2,000 Dutch down there, and there was only 2,000 people that they could dig up out here, in the continent. So, hardcore. Okay, so we all know the deal at this point. The deal is to overrun with these people, right, in an unsafe area because certain people live there. We're going to try to overrun Europe. That's the name of the game, with as many people as possible. And now, Eastern Bloc, so anybody that was under communism or close to it, right, understands the name of the game. That's still fresh for them. So Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, they're all pretty decently fine. Poland is saying we're going to start being nationalists. That's happening. Slovakia and Hungary. Hungary is where they just erected the border fence, so that controlled this huge route forward. Serbia and Bulgaria, Kosovo. This is the old Yugoslavia, this area, and nobody wants to live there. I mean, it's a crap hole. It's really Muslim. It's like where Muslim culture and white culture kind of overlap. I mean, honestly, most of us, I think if we trace our roots, most of us are Northern Europeans. Most of us, even if you're black, if you're African American, I think African American admixture is 20 to 50% European. So if you're African American, man, you're European like the rest of us. I mean, understand that North America, okay, United States specifically, is European. Also African. Pretty much together. I think everybody settled this thing together. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, if you've been here, you're American, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you're doing, and we're not these people anymore. Understand that. We are not these people. Everything that we did, okay, if your great-great-great-grandparents were slaves, or if they immigrated in the early 1900s, or before then, all across the board, man, that is who you are here. And we came over here to do some better living. Voting rights, a balance of government, a fair court system, hopefully people that write good laws, stuff like that. Now we got a good president, and it looks like we're taking back over. So I want things, And the more that I look at it, this is the problem for me, is this little strip of land right here. It's super hotly contested for reasons. Now, I don't have a problem with individuals in the world. You don't get to choose what life you're born into, man. That's not your choice. How are you supposed, you can't control that. You can't control that. Okay, but at this point, we are not these people. Okay? Israel is not the United States. And all of the Jewish people, most of them, okay, in the United States, anybody in media, anybody that you're going to know about, any name is going to be pro-Israel. 100%, and I just don't understand it. They're the seat of so many problems. So, if you're Jewish and you're living in the United States, you can be on our team. Do you get that? You can be on our team. You can be on Team United States. That's what we are. We're all patriots here. But you need to ask yourself, are you on Team United States? Or do you have dual citizenship to another country that's really small and needs to be protected, in a hotly contested area of the world, which is built on essentially some shaky dealings. And this leads me into this point, okay? The reason why people have to protect Israel so hard in the media, just listen carefully. The reason why Israel has to defend its quote-unquote right to exist frequently, constantly, and ferociously is because they don't have a right to exist. And that's my best guess. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying what they say constantly. It's the only place I've ever heard it. It's just odd. It sticks out to me. You don't hear Jordanians going, we need to defend our right to exist. You know, it doesn't happen. You don't hear Syrians going, look, we got to defend our right to exist to Syria. You know? They have to defend their country, that's for sure. But no one ever says that. No one ever says, look, let me make it really clear. No one ever says, let me go up here. You don't hear French people going, France has a right to exist. You don't hear it. Like, and why? Why would you not hear French people say that? You know I'm speaking truth right here. Let me let it sink in. Get it. Get what I'm saying here. Why do French people not say, why do they not parrot frequently everywhere they can, everywhere there's someone to listen? Why do French people not say, we have the right to exist? France has the right to exist. Why? You know? It's because no one questions it. People just know that's France, right? Don't mess with the border. Don't mess with my country. Everybody knows it's France. Look, if you're French, I'm sticking up for you here. Turkey, no one's like, hey, I have a right to exist. Turkey has a right to exist. Armenia, there was a genocide here that happened, man. Go look at what Jewish authors say about the Armenian genocide. They don't give two Fs. They're happy about it. Never got that. What did Armenians do to you? I don't get it. I'm missing something. I'm sure I'm missing something. You know, if you're from Armenia, you better start chiming in this conversation if you got something to say, because I don't know. You know, I don't know anything about Armenia, and I can tell you if I don't know, no one has a clue. Okay? Nobody knows your dealings, your history, Armenia. No one knows your truth. You know, your story to tell. Nobody knows it. So somebody from Armenia better get in action here. If you got a laptop, start talking into it. Make some videos. That's Iraq, right? We know what happened there. Over here's Iran. See, so Iran was trying to overrun in Syria. And now that we check this out. Now that we did airstrikes in Syria and we fought Iran and we pushed Iran out, right? We pushed Iran out of Syria. Now Israel wants to make friends with them. Tell me how that makes sense. Benjamin Netanyahu's pouring water, you know, talking about that. So I know he's pouring water and he's drinking it while he's talking to Iran about how he wants to be friends. That's some dirty stuff, man. If you know about watching the water, it's all about politicians drinking water, doing stuff with water. The water represents their enemy. So I think Israel is about to go smash Iran, and that's what worries me. That's the end game. I just assume everything's going to happen up to that point. The end point of this is, in the end, will Israel fall? Will they be neutralized? Will they keep what they got, right, and stop causing problems for other people? You know? You know, is it possible if we just include these other people that are stuffed in this tiny little box? Right? This is Palestine. They say it's two different areas. They say it's Gaza Strip and they say it's the West Bank. But these two areas are Palestine. That's all that's left. That's all that's left. And they're not connected. And without this Gaza Strip, okay, the Palestinians wouldn't have access to a port city. And notice how nothing's developed down here? See how these giant roads just stop? It's all backwards, under military occupation. When people give you that bull crap about how Jews did so good with the area and Palestinians suck, you know, look at what they're dealing with here. You think the Palestinians are doing this on purpose? You think their stuff's not getting knocked down, smashed up? Go watch some videos. Look, I'm out of time, but I'm telling you that this is the source of every problem. I cannot make that more clear. So in these conversations, we need to start going to the source. We need to start looking right here first and working back from this place. Over and over. This is a protected culture, a protected species. Okay? They don't even think... whatever. I'm out of time. Until next time, this is Bill Smith. Thanks for watching.